In this episode, Pet Fashion goes new ageism. We take a peek into the world of animal communication, reincarnation, and holistic jewelry for pets. Check out some paranormal costumes worn by fashionable, spooktacular canines. Plus, we give a round of applause to the Purina Hall of Fame inductees. All that and more right here on Pet Fashion. Hi everyone and welcome to Pet Fashion. I'm your host, Christina Am. Brace yourself. We have an amazing show lineup for you today. Up first, who doesn't wish they could understand what their pets are saying? Clearly we all don't have Dr. Doolittle's ability to talk to animals, but we here at Pet Fashion have scoured the globe for someone who can. Meet Claudia Hare, a renowned animal communicator who will give us the lowdown on how she was able to communicate with an orangutan and a moth. That's why she's considered the voice of animals. And of course, what pets are really thinking about pet fashion.
Hi, my name is Claudia Hare. I'm an animal communication specialist. So basically, I'm a real-life Dr. Doolittle. I translate what the animals are thinking and feeling into words for animals, for the animal guardians to hear, and I do it through telepathy. As far as I can think back, I was always able to sense or hear what animals were thinking or had to say. I didn't know it when I was really small, but it's always been with me. I communicate from the smallest one-cell amoeba to the biggest animal on this planet, which is the blue whale. So we can communicate with all animals through telepathy. Telepathy is also known as the universal language, so there is no barrier, there's no language barrier. Also, when we communicate with animals, some people think when we communicate with a dog, it's like communicating to a 2-year-old. That's absolutely incorrect. And every animal is different, but we can communicate with any animal, with every animal, from the smallest to the largest ones. People contact me to communicate with the animal companions mostly for the first time because of wellness or behavior questions. After communication session, people are very, very happy because all of a sudden they are able to understand why the animal companion is doing certain things. They are, rather than guessing, now they know. They have the tools to make some changes, to make things better. And also it brings the relationship to the next level. And once we start to communicate with our animals, we realize that we don't just pass each other, we actually really connect. And it's the most amazing thing to talk to our animal companions and all of a sudden hear what they have to say. It's a very, very moving and emotional experience. It's very interesting what animals say about fashion, pet fashion. Every animal is different, so every animal has a different like or dislike. Many animals don't mind being dressed up. Many animals do like being dressed up. But mostly what animals really want, if they are wearing some clothing, they really like to wear clothing that protects them from the elements. For example, if you buy a coat for your dog, make sure it goes all the way to the tail and doesn't stop at the hip, because what we're actually trying to achieve is we want to keep the kidneys warm. So if you buy a really thick coat for your dog, but it only covers the chest, you really don't get what the animal needs. Now, talking about animal communication, for example, the entire time we just had this conversation here, just above me there's a little friend, and he was very much listening into what we were saying, because animals want to come closer to us. They want to have a closer relationship with us. He was very interested in what I was saying, and is actually taking the message that we just shared here. He's going to take with him and is sharing with his friends. So animals are very much like us.
Who knew? Claudia Hare is undoubtedly the undisputed voice of animals. Okay, continuing with our special paranormal pet episode, we have tracked down via Skype Ms. Brent Atwater, who is a prolific author, human MRI, and renowned animal reincarnation expert. She is the founder of the field of medical intuitive and animal diagnostic imaging, which in simple terms is the process of seeing inside an animal's body to diagnose disorders and future events. Amazing. Brent, welcome to Pet Fashion, and thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Christina. Thanks for having me on your show today.
So please tell us about yourself. Did you always have these amazing gifts since you were a child?
When you have a gift, you don't consider it a gift because it's actually normal. However, I was very lucky because a new gifted program for the grades 1 through 12 was being started by Governor Terry Sanford. And they tested a group of children, and I was placed in the gifted group for the pilot program that Governor Sanford started, which is now the program that is in all the schools for the gifted around the United States. Being in that group, we had a lot of people that were interested in us and to see if we were different or had special traits or whatever. And Dr. J.B. Ryan at Duke and all his men and their white coats would come and test us for various skills. They would put little stickies on us, and they would ask, do we hear things and do we receive things? And so it was an interesting process, but we didn't know we were in difference. We just know that when Dr. Ryan came, who was the father of ESP, which is extrasensory perception, we had a play date, and it was awesome.
Is reincarnation the new trend for those who have lost their beloved pets?
Here's the history behind it. Did you know that reincarnation is over 6,000 years old and the oldest and largest religions believe in it? However, today, pet reincarnation is growing and more people are becoming aware of it. I've been researching it for over 16 years and have stories from all over the world. And more people are coming together to tell their story about how their pet reincarnated. So yes, I believe pet reincarnation awareness is growing, and I think it really stems from the fact that it's an old concept. It's been around for over 6,000 years.
So do people try and find their pets in their reincarnated form?
Actually, it's the number one question that people ask. How do I find my pet? There are various signs and ways you will know your pet, but the most important thing is your heart and your soul will have a longing and a knowing way before your pet returns. Since you have a soul connection with your pet and your heart is connected to the very fiber of their being, when they pass, you'll know inside yourself, we're not through yet. Or, I think they're going to come back. And a part of you will just know in your soul that they are coming back. And then your journey begins to learn more about pet reincarnation, the signs of reincarnation. And did you know there are actually 4 different types of ways your pet can return in a new vehicle? And the last and most important thing for you to know when you're looking for your pet is you can't miss them and you can't make a mistake, because the universe will intervene and make sure that you get your pet.
Can a pet come back as a human?
Since I have the ability to see energy and look at the various energy frequency levels, I have never seen an animal transmute into a higher frequency. Usually frequencies can tune down, but they don't transmute up into a higher frequency. It's like taking a Lamborghini, and a Lamborghini can go down to any lower car that it wants to. But if you have a wagon or skateboard and it tries to be a Lamborghini, there's a whole bunch of frequency difference in there, and it's harder to put the molecules together and all the pieces together and all the equipment together in order to do that. And so in my opinion, and the research that I've done over the years, it's something that is not done frequently. But remember, in everything I'm saying, there's always an exception. If you're the exception, we'd love to hear from you.
All right, Brent, thanks for enlightening us with this information.
Again, Christine, I want to thank you so very much for having me on your show. I hope you'll invite me back sometime. And any of you viewers out there, don't hesitate to write me if you have questions, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. Thanks so very much, and we hope that you've learned something about pet reincarnation so that when you cry, have hope in your heart and know it's possible your pet can return. Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back on Pet Fashion. Welcome back to Pet Fashion, the only show that keeps you up to date on the latest pet styles and trends from around the world. Continuing on the subject of new ageism, we've invited jewelry designer Raquel of Pawmulets into our studio. Raquel gives us the lowdown on why she uses holistic gemstones and crystals in her designs to help balance your pet's chakras. Believe it or not, the use of gemstones and crystals is an age-old healing art that dates back to ancient times. Recently, it has emerged as the latest trend to help in the healing of our pets.
My name is Raquel. I'm a jeweler. My story behind the Pawmulets began with the amulet that I make for my friend's dog. Actually, this is a funny story. My friend asked me to make her a matching necklace for a wedding that she's going to attend. I made the necklace, I designed the necklace from sterling silver and aquamarine. When she came to pick up her necklace, she was holding in her hands her little chihuahua. As she was admiring the necklace, her little Jaja started to bark. So I told her, you know what, maybe you can put the necklace on her. So she put the necklace, and this little one started to walk around proudly, and we were laughing hilariously. We noticed that she stopped barking, and she asked me, maybe you can make something for little Jaja. So this was actually the first Pawmulet. After that, I'm very interested to know about stones I'm creating. I googled actually about healing stones and came up that aquamarine is working on the throat chakra with its communication, and it helps dogs to stop barking. Animals have 8 chakras, major chakras, 21 minor chakras, and 6 buds. Humans have only 7 chakras. There are energy points running throughout our body. Each chakra corresponds to a certain place, to a certain point in the body. So for example, we put a lapis lazuli on the collar with a dog that was snoring, and he was stopping snoring after 2 days. So this is the magic of these crystals. They correspond to each chakra, and this is the way they help in different kinds of ailments. Nowadays, people are going more and more to nature solutions and holistic solutions. The Pawmulets gives them the ability to use a natural healing solution in conjunction with conventional medicine. And the Pawmulet is not only beautiful as a fashion accessory, it's also a healing accessory. It's beautiful and it helps.
Wow, Raquel's jewelry is beautiful. So from fabulous to freaky, we check out the latest in paranormal costumes worn by spooktacular canines at the King Edward Hotel. Check it out.
My name is Wayne, and this is Alfred, and we have to spell it correctly, Al-Fred. And today, Alfred is supposed to be a spooky lioness, and I'm the tamer. And when we get inside to the ballroom, Alfred's going to put on a big headdress, and he's going to look very scary. He loves dressing up, so he has clothing for all seasons and all kinds of weather. Now, when we shop at Haute Renfrew, he puts on his Louis Vuitton jacket, and he looks wonderful. Now we have to run along because they're waiting for us downstairs. The party is starting at 2 o'clock, and Alfred doesn't want to be late because he's coming for the treats. He's been here before, and he knows there's lots of treats, high tea, and treats.
This is the Halloween high tea. It's our very first Halloween. As you can see, it's got a haunted house theme, and we have tons and tons of dogs dressing really scary. We got vampires and ghosts, and we actually had a few pumpkins. This is like an amazing event for dogs. We had gourmet doggy cookies with skulls. We had candelabras. It was just really a lot of fun because I think that some people even dress like their dogs, so that was really great. And I got to dress up too, like Cher.
My name's Nigel, and this is Mac. He's Count Dracula today. We got this costume, this jacket at Woodstock last year. We love coming. It's great fun, and he seems to enjoy it. He's got quite a wardrobe, quite a collection of clothes. Because he's a Scottish breed, we've got lots of tartan outfits. We've got a great, it's like a pea coat with a kilt. He's going to wear this winter. That's going to be his fashion statement for the winter. Tartan.
It is a homemade costume. So it was actually assembled by Ingrid, my sister. She's Leo's aunt, and he's a 5-year-old Norfolk Terrier, and he's been dressed as Leo the spider dog. He's so short that we just thought he looks like a walking spider, so let's give it a try.
My name's Sarah, and this is Chevy. She is a 1-year-old St. Bernard, and today Chevy is dressed up as a hound from hell. Chevy's costume is made out of fake fur. She has the hood, which goes over her head and has the little ears, and she's got the little fur around her feet and the little spiked cuffs to give it a bit more of a evil look to her.
My name is Doug. This is Zelda Nista, and I've been working on this costume for about 3 weeks. I'm just dead on my feet. Dressing dogs is the best because it makes them look more beautiful. I don't know how you can make a dog look more beautiful than it already is, but it sure works. It fits the theme, right? She fits into any dead organization.
And welcome back to Pet Fashion. It's time for Pet Buzz, where we tell you about the latest and greatest in pet products. First up on our roster, cute alert! Pet fashion always follows human fashion trends, and the super hot feather hair extension trend is sweeping the nation. There's nothing more stylish than seeing your furry friends strutting down the street wearing puppy locks. Pet feather extensions by Condition Culture. It offers a rainbow of colors in high quality feather hair accessories. Now for something different. Is your fur baby having issues with barking, vacuum cleaners, or has dry skin? Perhaps you need to balance your pet's chakras. The gemstone aquamarine is believed to have healing properties. Check out Pawmulets, attach accessory to collar, and see what happens. Okay, now are you tired of unwanted barking? Sonic Egg, made by Sunbeam, is an ultrasonic noise device used to correct a yappy pet. With a simple press of a button, the handheld Sonic Egg emits an ultrasonic sound only dogs can hear. And don't worry, it doesn't affect the children, but not sure what it does to the squirrels. Okay, this last product is just for the kitties. It's the Kong Dipper. Kong's new toy will give your indoor kitty the opportunity to release her inner tigress. The conical shape allows the top to stand up straight, so kitty can dip its paws into the cup to retrieve treats. Fantastic feline fun. Okay, up next we give a round of applause to the Purina Hall of Fame inductees. Every year, nominations from pet lovers from across the country share their incredible stories of their pet's loyalty, compassion, and an intuitive sixth sense of their owner's safety. Meet the heroes. 4 intuitive pets who have gone above and beyond to protect the lives of those around them. Here they are and their stories. Nanook, Monty, Bree, and Service Dog of the Year, Titan.
Well, it was my second year in a row, and what an honor, what a pleasure. You know, I have this passion for animals, as do so many people. I had no idea how incredibly intuitive